If you're an adult wearing a baseball cap backwards, I immediately think less of your capabilities. If I was going to give somebody a task and they showed up wearing a baseball cap backwards, I would immediately be less sure of their capability to fulfill said task. I am sure I have a huge confirmation bias with respect to this, but it sure feels like every time I have to interact with such a person, my theory grows stronger. They don't even have to be named Kyle or Brent. Beer is overrated. Throughout my life, I've seen people treat beer as if it were this godly substance that would fix everything. I don't get it. The flavor, for one, is boring and bland. After a bit, it starts to get unappealing, which makes me not want to drink it. It also sticks in your mouth for a bit, which is rather annoying when you're trying to have a snack or something with your drink. The feeling that comes from drinking beer is not what everyone says it is. It just makes me feel full. None of that happy, stupid feeling that I was expecting, just a full stomach. If I wanted to drink alcohol, I'd heavily prefer some vodka, whiskey, or wine. Beer is just cheap and boring compared to those. Chocolate, not vanilla, is the most boring ice cream flavor, but actual chocolate bars are fire. So I understand why chocolate will never become common vernacular for boring the way vanilla has. But vanilla ice cream is leagues ahead of chocolate any day of the week. I hate watermelon. It's like chewing on styrofoam. And don't anybody dare tell me I've just never had good watermelon. Even when it's sweet, it still has that gross watermelon taste that's like foamy vomit. Saying potato isn't funny. I'm just a lonely potato. It sounds like something a little kid would say, but I hear grown adults use potato. It's not quirky or cute, it's just annoying and childish. I can't seem to understand how a vegetable can be so hilarious. There is nothing wrong with dating a friend's sibling. If you know your friend is a decent person, what's wrong with them dating your sibling? If anything, it's better if it's a friend dating your sibling than a complete stranger because you know the person. Some will say they won't have as much time for me anymore. But how does a complete stranger make that any different? Sour cream is the best condiment. Okay, hear me out. Baked potato, sour cream. Chipotle, sour cream. Fish, sour cream. Chips, sour cream. Those might be what you consider normal things to eat, but I end up just adding it to everything on my plate if I bring it out for a meal. It has such a great texture and consistency and overall flavor that I prefer it over pretty much everything. You can buy dried ranch packets and mix it with sour cream if you're really feeling adventurous. I pretty much go out of my way to eat food that allows me to justify eating sour cream. Edit. Don't even get me started about summer barbecue possibilities. Edit 2. Oh my, how could I forget about Mexican food? I do like sand. Yes, it's rough. And yes, it gets everywhere. But I never found it irritating at all. It makes me feel relaxed and peaceful. I think sand gets way more hate than it deserves. I hate when I Google some scientific term and loads of links with some stupid band name with that name comes up. Band names with scientific terms should be illegal. It's so annoying. You Google some serious thing and some stupid band name comes up. This lyrics and this that for loads and loads of pages. You have to explicitly say it's scientific, and even that doesn't work. You get stupid band shit again. I hate such bans. They just clog the internet, make you unable to reach usable information. Why the fuck you name your band Rigor Mortis anyway? Be original. Such band names should be banned by governments. But I kind of found a workaround. Like, if it's an X animal, you Google X animal. Then it will be about that Animal. It works most of the time. Spoons are way more versatile than forks and should be used to eat more meals. Just take a minute and think about it. Think of all the times you failed at scooping food with a fork only for it to fall off and try again. Rice is an example. I hardly ever use forks, and you should do the same. Think of all the juicy steaks that haven't lived up to their true potential with what drips from your fork. Swedish fish are by far the most overlooked and best non-chocolate candy there is. I know some people might think that gummy bears are superior, but they're not. Gummy bears are too small. Their size encourages one to eat handfuls at the same time. Swedish fish are large enough to enjoy one at a time. Swedish fish aren't covered in shitty, sour sugar, salt bullshit like Sour Patch Kids. They're a textual marvel. There's a moment when you first go into your mouth when you feel as though it might be flavored plastic, but in seconds it becomes soft and pliable. The flavors of the fish are vibrant and refreshing, not overly sweet or tart. They're pleasantly bright. Each flavor of fish stands out enough that one can eat them in the dark and know exactly what flavor one is eating. They stay fresh even if the bag is opened. I've had a large bag since Christmas. It's open and the fish have no discernible change in freshness. They have a new variety where each fish has 2 flavors and colors, and the flavor combinations are sensational. I've never shared a Swedish fish with anyone who doesn't remark how superior they are as a candy. I don't know. Swedish fish are pretty cool. I don't like female deodorant. I am a woman and I hate most female deodorants. For some reason, being able to smell it all day gives me a headache and makes me nauseous. I switched to a men's deodorant that has a nice smell that fades away to no smell at all and works better than the woman's deodorants. I'm not less a woman because I use a product meant for a man. The internet is way cooler when you're drunk. When I'm sober, I scroll and breathe out my nose a couple of times. When I'm drunk, I give a cheeky giggle or a cackle here and there, and it's the best time. Beans. Beans are evil. Their texture is like grainy badness. They suck all the moisture out of your mouth and don't even taste good. Some don't taste like anything. I will never be able to eat beans without gagging. Even green beans cannot escape from my hatred. I have moderate issues with food based on texture, and beans will forever be my mortal enemy. Except my partner, whose nickname is Bean. She's wonderful. Identical twins freak me out. Exactly as the title states, identical twins freak me out. I don't know many, to be honest, but let's say there are 3 that I know, and they all freak me out. All I can think is Dolly when I'm around them. You know, the cloned sheep. Many, many years ago, I congratulated the wrong twin at their high school graduation, the one that was left behind and had another year to graduate. I was so embarrassed when she said that her twin was the one graduating and not herself. It could be that trauma that has augmented this phobia of mine, but I do wonder if I'm alone in this thought. Edit. The minute I posted this, I felt gutted. I hope I don't offend any twins. I do feel for you, as it must be very difficult. But again, this is Reddit, so everyone or no one can be offended. COD Warzone is garbage. As someone who has been gaming since GoldenEye hit the market, I really can't stand this game. It's so boring. The map has 150 people on it, but you might see 5 the whole match. If you die, you have to spend the rest of the boring match being a boring spectator. All the guns have silencers, and neon paint schemes like the military is now run by 14-year-olds. What gives? Even the menus suck. Nothing is clear and everything is just text and color and ADD level design on every square inch of the screen. Nothing tasteful about this game. It's a massive waste of hard drive space. Lemons are best eaten like an apple. The slight crunch and mild flavor of the skin provides an excellent contrast to the sharp, sour flavor of the flesh. Also, eating a lemon like this is a hell of a party trick. I'd also like to add that the skin is the best bit. Edit. Some people are calling BS, which in fairness I understand. No lemons in the house currently, but I'll go to the shops tomorrow and defend my honor. After some years, Star Wars fans will accept the sequels. I believe that after time has passed, people will come to accept the sequel trilogy like they did with the prequels. There will be media that explores the characters and the world around them better, and eventually they will be accumulated to the overall Star Wars lore.